Local vocal plus a code one. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and just jump off real quick. One of the things that I miss a lot is when my child was in daycare, maybe once a week, I'd pick her up and I said, "You want to go to the restaurant?" And at that time, the only restaurant she knew of was LaBella's. And so I would say,
shout out to LaBella's.
Shout out to LaBella's.
Plus them wings.
Plus a cold
hot
one.
ham
LaBella's.
sandwiches off the chain. And of course their pizza.
Yeah, the pizza's pretty good. But the thing for us was she knew that as the restaurant, and I would take her straight from school over to LaBella's, and we would walk in the bar area, and normally it was either Johnny Brigado or Darcy. I'm going to probably mess her last name up. I'm just going off of Instagram. It's Darcy Daniel or Darcy Danielle. I'm not sure how to say her last name. But we would walk up in there, man, and they would treat my kid like gold. You know, talk to her, play with her, joke with her. It was even to the point where I would let my kid pay the bill. She knew Darcy, so she would just be like, whenever the bill was ready, I'd give her my card. She'd go, and this is probably inappropriate as hell, but she'd go, run up to her to the bar, give her the debit card, and then Darcy would check her out and give her the receipt back and all this kind of stuff. It was the ultimate, like, feeling like you're at home. You know what I mean? And so I want to give a shout out to LaBella's one, but also to Johnny and Darcy for doing their thing, man. I mean, I just loved the fact that I could bring my kid over there and know that she'd be taken care of. And a couple times she got out of control, you know what I mean? And they would be like, yo, she's over here. Or they would just be like eyes for me, you know what I mean? So respect to LaBella's and big up to Darcy and Johnny, man.
Right on.
Appreciate y'all.
I'll go on. I'll do that song. I'm going to go with music. Psychotic Waltz. They just came out with a new CD for the first time in 23 years. My coworker Ward, always told me he was in a pretty big band back in the day, and I always kind of blew him off. Whatever. And then 2011, I believe it was. They kind of got the singer. They're all from San Diego, but the singer moved to Austria, so it's kind of hard to play shows when your singer's in a whole different country.
So was that a rap for the band?
No, probably at the time. Well, he owns a studio over there, so they said, whatever, let's get back together in 2011. Let's just play a show in Europe. So they met up in Europe. 17 years. 17 years they hadn't seen each other in 17 years. First time they meet up is in Stuttgart, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, Award. Stuttgart, after 17 years, the first time they seen their singer in 17 years is on stage.
Wow.
Pretty much. You
Yeah.
know. They got a huge following after that. It blew up. They ended up signing a record deal, like a real record deal.
Say the name again of the group.
Psychotic Waltz, a real record deal. They came out with a CD, I think beginning of February this year. And, of course, it did well. They came out on vinyls. They came out on CDs. They sold packages, bundles. They had a European tour booked, but, of course, COVID, kind of put a stop to that. But I just saw yesterday that they're doing the Rock Hard Festival in Europe in 2021 with huge bands, So I'm going to throw a shout out to Psychotic Waltz for holding it down, getting back, representing San Diego. After 23 years, they dropped a CD and got a great response. It's unfortunate that this COVID has actually kicked in because they were just about to take off.
So it's Psychotic Waltz.
Psychotic Waltz. Like they're dancing. And
plus a cold one is Psychotic Waltz. Yeah. And you mentioned we might be able to
hopefully I can get Ward. Them, huh? Yeah, Ward's my boy. He's really my boy.
That's what's up.
And hopefully we'll get him on here one of these days. I'm sure he'll be down.
Ward
Evans, man. Or Slokowski, whatever he wants to go by.
Let's do it.
Yeah. DT, what you got?
I got Island Grindz, Chula Vista. My boy Ray over there putting it down. Chamorro food. Chamorro food is few and far between in the city of San Diego.
Yeah.
And few and far between elsewhere. You
Yeah.
can't really find good Chamorro food, but man,
The Chamorro community out here is pretty deep, and I would have never known it had I not married a Chamorro.
Right.
What's your name and where you from?
Mickey Rodriguez from Spring Valley.
What kind of barbecue, if you could put a label on it, would you say that you guys specialize in?
Island style barbecue.
Island style, man.
I was born in Guam. So our family, we're Chamorro.
So you're that guy that makes sure that makes sure everybody gets fed.
Yep.
You say grill and chill. That's exactly how you do it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I just never had any knowledge of that culture. Come to find out, man, it's all over San Diego.
yeah, funny
man.
story. My wife's Chamorro and shit. So we're at a bar and we're hanging out, and one of the girls asked her, she goes, "Hey, what nationality are you?" She goes, "I'm Chamorro." She goes, "What's that? What is that?" Like, people don't know.
Yeah. You got
They
hit
have
with the
no idea.
Guamanian. That's when you get hit with the Guamanian.
Yeah.
Guamanian. Uneducated. What's the
Yeah,
difference?
she said Guamanian.
I'm uneducated.
Yeah.
She said, "You're from Romania?"
No, so
Chamorro is a culture from
Romania.
Guam.
Yeah.
So, and I guess
is it different than Guamanian?
It could be. My understanding is, I'm not that educated on either, but my understanding is that you can be from Guam and not necessarily be of the Chamorro culture, because there's a lot of
Beliefs
different cultures that are on the island of Guam. It's just kind
Right.
of like you can be American, but not necessarily, but have a different
Gotcha.
your
Yeah.
culture can be different. But for the most part, Guamanians, the predominant culture in Guam is Chamorro. And they have a different language. I used to always think that Chamorros and Filipinos were similar, kind of like you might think Samoans and Hawaiians are similar, until you find out that they have distinct differences in their culture. And
Yeah.
Chamorros and Filipinos speak their language could not be more different. My father-in-law, when he speaks Chamorro, it sounds nothing like Tagalog, which my mother-in-law speaks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Their food is different. A lot of the same influences.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But very different culture. And once you get to know it, you start to go, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when you get to know that red rice, that finadini, and that calaguin. You start to be able to decipher what a good red rice and a good calaguin is. And
I started Chamorro cooking just because I'm that type of dude where I was like, you know what, man, if I can give my wife a little flash to the past, I'm in pole position. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
My
I'm
sister-in-law-
looking good as far as like, I'm always working to try to hold on to my situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I put in that overtime, so I started learning how to do. Actually, Larry was a big help. I know I probably used to irritate him at the cookouts at the tailgates. I'd be over his shoulder like, yo, so how you do them ribs, man? How you do them Chamorro?
Oh man,
how you do them
his
Chamorro
ribs are out of control.
And he'll tell me, and then the next tailgate be like, so how you do them again? Because I'm trying to do them at the pad, and I just yesterday made some red rice.
Yeah.
I used bacon grease instead of
You
olive oil.
you got to put the bacon in it, man. If you
All
don't
that
put the
kinda
bacon in it,
stuff.
you lost.
Mama Sita's brand,
Yes, sir.
all that kind of stuff. And my wife will eat that shit up, and she'll just be sitting there like, man, and I'm sitting back feeling like a pimp. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, daddy's home.
Yeah.
But I love that culture. JJ's.
Shout out to JJ's. Shout out to Ray, Island Grindz.
Plus a cold one to Ray.
a cold one.
Island Grindz. I will say that my favorite on the menu is the huli huli chicken, bro.
Oh man.
That huli huli chicken, the way they're doing it right now, I guess every place kind of goes through.
Have you had the
Did you
Kahlua
post
pig?
that the other day?
Have
Is
you
that what-
had the Kahlua pig?
Dude, that
I
looked
posted it.
banging.
That
We
is-
got
it was banging.
So one of these times we got to
We
take a
will.
trip around these.
So just
these
so you know,
places, man.
hey JJ, you don't know me, but you know my wife, Marie Castro, she's Billups now. but we're gonna be heading over your way.
Yep.
Yes, sir. He's already
For
gave us
sure.
an open invitation to
Yeah,
have a little powwow at his establishment.
What would be dope if we get a little consolidated version of this?
Yeah.
Eat some JJ's
Yeah.
and do a plus a cold one right on the spot.
For sure.
I can already taste that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
you
you
just
saw-
said that right now, and I remember
Kahlua
you
pig's
posting
off
the
the chain.
picture, and I was like, oh, fuck.
If you guys haven't had the roast Kahlua pig there, man, it's off the chain.
Yeah, I got some in the fridge, but it's a couple days old by now, so I wouldn't serve
Nah,
it to you now.
nah,
but
we're gonna go.
We're gonna go there.
We're gonna go there.
We'll go there.
And what is it called?
It's JJ's Island Grindz. It used to be
out off of Broadway,
Yeah.
but then they moved over there to Bonita, right across, sort of adjacent to the Vons and the McDonald's.
Oh yeah, I know.
Over there.
Yeah.
and you can get them on Grubhub too.
Yeah.
They'll
Oh,
deliver
yeah.
on Grubhub. So
And what was the name of the dish that you posted? You posted a couple, but
I
what did you
posted a
just say
couple.
right now, though?
that was the huli huli chicken.
Huli Huli chicken. That's
Yeah.
the one that I want to
Yeah.
remember to actually try.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, that huli huli stands for turn turn. So it's basically a way that they cook the chicken where they would it would be marinated. They put it on a kind of like an open flame, but it would be in sort of a basket thing, and they would just continue
Keep
to turn
turning
it. So every time they turn it, the juices and the marinade
yeah.
will flow
It's
back,
going
and
back into the
right, right, and then you get a nice little kind of caramelized texture on it.
Oh, turn Huli Huli. Okay. I
Turn
get
turn
it.
huli huli,
Okay.
and so the chicken that I posted, it was a leg quarter, and if you really look at it, you could see the texture on that skin, the marinade caramelizes, and you got like some dark parts of the skin, and those are kind of like the best parts of it. But then when you get into the actual chicken, that marinade just
You making me hungry.
I know, right? Where we going?
it's awesome. And I'm picky, and I'm picky when
Grubhub, like, fuck.
and I'm
So they
picky when it comes to that. I'm picky
Yeah.
when it comes to that, and they knocked that one out the park. So when we go,
Anytime you're roasting it, and it's a slow process, anytime you're roasting it like that over an open flame, you got to keep it from getting dry. And there's a lot of love in there because that is not dry. It
No.
is so nice.
yeah, they got a good one over there. So
Yeah.
JJ's Island Grind, big up. man.
Open flame. Got to
Open
cook
flame.
over open flame.
Gama,
That was good.
you over? You awake?
I'm awake, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, this
He
sun's
thinking about that
crazy.
Hulu
You got
chicken,
to see-
man.
You got to see in the camera. I'm like,
Nah, he's vacationing over there.
Hey, we gonna put some Finadini on him right now.
I haven't heard a damn word out of this guy.
Hey, but check this out. Hey, this is one thing, obviously, that growing up in Chula Vista, you gotta have a spot. I was not prepared for this section. I'm not gonna lie, but hey, I'm just gonna throw it out there and keep it family, though. Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, and I apologize if I say this wrong, Primo. Honestly, okay. So, cousin Roger, I'm sure you know about this, DT. Okay, cousin Roger has a spot down there off of Broadway and Main, right there, on the little section.
What kind of spot we
And
talking about?
It's a Mexipino.
What?
Okay, so
Oh man, I heard about that
Mexican, yeah,
place.
Mexican
I haven't
Craft.
been
So
yet.
have I actually.
Come on, talk to me.
Filipino.
Talk to
Okay,
me.
so-
You got my attention, bruh.
Yes,
So,
sir.
Primo Rogers down there doing his thing. Okay, so he opened that spot up, and Roger grew up, obviously, from a Mexican Filipino family. Okay, so his uncle, freaking Rolando, great cook. Anytime we have family parties, this and that, we invited to go over. Because you're going to have a great food because either, it's going to be Rolando or Mari cooking, so you get that Mexican-Filipino blend, and it's amazing. So what Roger decided to do was go ahead and just mix it together.
That's
Okay.
totally Chula.
Give me an
That's-
example.
That's totally
What-
Chula.
give me an
Let me give you a
example.
great
What's your
example.
favorite dish?
Let me give you a great example. So the other day, my brother decides to go eat over there, and he's like, hey, we're going to head over there. Well, thanks for inviting me, bro. I was like, I'm not even
Fresh
showing up or
invite.
anything. Yeah. So Joe goes down there, says, nah, I gave Joe my credit card. I'm like, you come back with something, bro. You definitely come back with something. So bro came back, and he's like, hey, cousin Roger gave you these ribs. All right, man. I opened the package. Shit looked nice. I said, what are they? Because they had a distinct smell to it, which I definitely recognized immediately, but I wanted to hear it. So basically, they had these adobo ribs,
Oh yeah.
and oh my God, you
Goddamn
guys.
adobo.
Dude.
Goddamn.
Dude, it was, put it this way, there's two type of adobo I'm used to, which is chicken or pork.
Right.
I prefer pork.
Okay.
Okay, so obviously the ribs
With the
pork ribs,
bones. The bones. The
Oh, my
bones. I
God.
need some bones.
You guys, it was amazing. I'm not gonna lie, not just because it's family. That has nothing to do with it. Because me, I'll tell family straight out, this shit sucks. But hey, Roger, much love, bro. That shit. Oh my God, and to be honest with you, he gave me such a fat plate, obviously,
Right.
that I was eating the next 2 days. The next morning, I woke up, I had ribs for breakfast.
That's that good.
Lunch.
That's that good.
I want one
That's
of
that
them fat
get you
plates.
right.
And
What
then
is it
dinner.
called again?
You had to
It's a pork adobo.
Mexipino.
Mexipino.
That's what
What's the
it's
name?
called?
What's the name of the dish on the
No.
menu?
What's the name of the place?
Yeah, what's the
plate.
name of the actual?
I'm like I
Mexipino.
said, I apologize,
Okay.
because I'm pretty sure it's Mexipino.
Right,
Okay.
it is.
And,
it is.
I mean, this is where we allow you guys to come in and correct us.
And we and when we
I can use a good edit, John.
when we and I'll put that on there when we get the edit done. We'll flash the right.
Exactly.
We'll make sure we'll flash to it. That sounds like a field trip.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it was fantastic.
Is it off of
guys.
Broadway?
Right
Yes,
off of Broadway.
Mexipino.
It's
But-
called Mexipino Craft.
Yes.
Mexipino
So
Craft. There we go.
what?
Thank you, Mike.
Mexipino
What
Craft.
can you remember? Can you remember the actual dish on the menu so I can go order that now?
You know what? I don't know exact because they all have their little names or whatever it may be. But to
Yeah.
be honest with you, DT.
So basically, adobo
ribs.
for ribs. There
Pork
it is.
ribs, yeah.
I want some of that right
Yeah,
now.
but-
That's a
amazing.
cold one, the Mexipino
I want
Craft.
that. Give me some of that.
Damn, I'm hungry.
Right?
You guys are fucking me up.
I need some Finadini. I take some
It's my
Finadini.
pleasure.
I need some
Calaguin.
I need some water.
These guys out there.
I know. You're going to need water for the rest of the day.
Hey, one time for my city light. 2 times for my city light. Hey, 1 time for my city light. Hey, 1 time for my city light.